Good evening. I'd like to call to order the regular council meeting for the Corporation of the Town of Cobalt for December 9th. Is there any disclosure of pecuniary interest and general nature thereof? Thank you. Public meetings. Don't think we have any. Deputations. We didn't get any in the library. Okay. So adoption of the meeting agenda. Draft motion. Be it resolved that council approve the agenda of the regular meeting dated December 9th, 2025 as presented. A mover and a seconder. Councillor Lafleur and Councillor Starchuk. Any discussion? All in favor? Carried. Adoption of the previous council minutes. Draft motion. Be it resolved that council approve the following minutes as presented. The regular council meeting, November 12th, 2025. Special meeting of council, November 18th, 2025. Special meeting of council, November 25th, 2025. Moved by Councillor Ward, Councillor Starchuk. Any discussion on those? Anything you missed in there? Okay, all in favor? Carried. Okay, on to the staff reports. Number 7, draft motion. Be it resolved that council accept the staff reports as presented. Mover, Councillor Lafleur, Councillor Starchuk. And 7.1 staff report 2025-12-0901 is municipal credit cards. Staff report 7.2 is 12, pardon? Yes, would you like, okay, sorry, I'll let you speak on that now. Okay.
Requesting for the municipal credit cards here. Right now, there are 3 card holders. The town manager, deputy clerk treasurer, and typically the public works superintendent. Spending limit right now is at $10,000. We're requesting council to up it to $20,000. It's just at certain times of the year when we go for license plate, Zoom memberships, GoDaddy, all that comes out at the same time. We've hit that limit at times, and with the cost of everything, so we would just have it at $20,000. At the same time, as of January 1st, 2026, the municipality will be taking care of the library response. So they would need a credit card as well. So it would be their own credit card up to a limit of $5,000 for the library. Again, everything comes through the municipality on that too. So that's the request.
Okay. And we'll be voting on that later.
Yeah.
Okay. 7.2 staff report 2025-12-0902. TMSA bylaw 2025-38. You get to speak on that too.
Well, the TMSA, the Temiskaming Municipal Services Association, their rates are going up for 2026. So we're looking at fees to be increased by 2%, and the municipal membership fee will be risen by approximately $250. So that's what it's just to go out. And a lot of the fees, remember, it's an in and out process with us. So whatever TMSA charges us, we charge resident, and in turn, it's just a wash.
Mm-hmm. And 7.3 staff report 2025-12-0903, amendment number 8 to user fee bylaw.
For the amendment for the user fee bylaw, it's for the animal control bylaw for the user fees. Currently stated for 2026, it says subject to annual review. We are recommending rates do not change. The same rates that we use for 2024, 2025, carry those exact same dollar amounts into 2026.
Okay. All in favor of accepting the staff reports? Carried. Okay. Number 8, items for council consideration. So 8.1, 2026 is the council calendar. Whereas pursuant to section 6.3.1 of procedural bylaw 2022 to 2025, the public notice of meeting shall be given by posting the meeting schedule as per the term of council calendar as adopted by council. So be it resolved that council adopt the following term of council calendar for 2026. So starting with January 13th, February 3rd, March 3rd, March 31st, April 28th, May 26th, June 23rd, July 21st, August 18th, September 15th, October 13th, November 10th, and December 8th. And those are all 4 weeks in between each meetings, which we had set 2 or 3 years ago. And further, that the term of council calendar be posted on the town's official website. Mover and seconder. Councillor Wilcox, Councillor Lafleur. And all in favor? Okay, 8.2, Mayor Adshead leave of absence. Draft motion, be it resolved that council hereby grants a leave of absence for Mayor Angela Adshead effective November 25th, 2025, and ending March 3rd, 2026, as per section 259 1C of the Municipal Act of 2001. And mover and seconder, Councillor Ward. And discussion?
Is that with pay or without pay?
Without pay?
Yeah.
I know I heard that answer a week ago.
No, it's,
Yeah,
the
good question, yes.
Employment Standards Act
Yeah,
allows that. I
Councillor
just wondered if
Sargent.
you're following
I
it.
just wish the best for her that your health gets better this time.
As do we all. When it's time for a break, the wise person does it before they go down. Okay, all in favor? Reluctantly. 8.3, Cobalt Public Library Board vacancy. Draft motion. Be it resolved that council declares a vacancy on the Cobalt Public Library Board, and further that council approves the recommendation from the Cobalt Public Library Board to appoint a representative from the town of Latchford. Mover and seconder first. Councillor Lafleur. Councillor Starchuk. Yes, sir.
Who was somebody recommended from the town of Latchford to
We
take
don't
that
have a
position?
name yet. Yes, the person will come from the town of Latchford. The town of Latchford is now coming on as another supporter of the library board and financially, and there was room on their bylaws for another representative. So they decided they would just add one more and take. So we will find out, I assume, the next time we get minutes from the library.
Okay,
But I wish them every luck.
all right. I thought maybe somebody had been suggested. That's fine. Okay, thanks.
Not that I know of. No one
Okay.
told me today when I was there.
Gotcha.
Okay. Any other discussion?
Would not the town be formally appointing the individual? Would it be referral to council?
Yes, once it
Yes,
comes through,
yes.
once we know who it is.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if I heard you say it that way. So.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, what the library would do is recommend to council an individual, and they would like to bring on someone from Latford, so in turn to reach out to Latford, get any applications come in, and then in turn recommend them.
It's just the first step in letting us know that this is what's happening.
Thank you.
All in favor? Carried. 8.4, the increase to credit card limit and issuing of new credit card for the Cobalt Public Library. From Staff Report 2025-120901. The draft motion. Whereas Council received Staff Report 2025-120901, now therefore be it resolved that for ease of completing Council approved purchasing, the Council of the Town of Cobalt hereby authorize that the municipal credit card be increased to a limit of $20,000. And further, that the council of the town of Cobalt hereby authorizes a credit card to be issued for the Cobalt Public Library in the amount of $5,000. And moved by and seconded. Okay, Councillor Wilcox, Councillor LaFleur. And discussion?
Do we know who will be in charge of that credit card? Just,
Town staff. Yes, sir.
No, the one who would have the credit card would be the one employed by the library. That would be the library CEO.
we know who it is.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
And the municipality does the finances for them anyways. right?
Yeah.
It will be, yes.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Any other discussion? All in favor? Carried. 8.5, Canada Day 2026 Committee. Draft motion, whereas at the regular meeting of council dated October 14th, 2025, council directed staff to contact local service boards and advertise for applicants to apply to the Canada Day 2026 Committee. And whereas the following applicants have been received, and we only have one so far, and that's Mark Ziller from the Golden Age Club. Therefore, be it resolved that council appoints Mark Ziller to the Canada Day 2026 Committee alongside admin staff for the town of Cobalt. Mover and seconder. Okay, Councillor Starchuk, Councillor LaFleur. Any discussion? Yes,
You're saying there's just one person on this committee so far?
just one so far.
Oh, and when do we have to fill it? When does it get filled by? Is there a deadline?
Better be filled before July 1st, 2026. Yeah.
Let's hope it.
2026.
Yeah.
There was a deadline already put in.
Yeah, there was a
but
deadline put in.
Council can review it again in the new year if they wish to put it back out
Yeah.
to the public.
No,
Or it should, because there's going to be one from council as well on there.
Mhm.
Okay.
So
Maybe post it soon or not?
it'll be council's decision.
Mhm. Would you like it posted now or after the holidays, or what's your wish?
Yeah, after, but sooner than later.
Yeah.
Waiting, procrastinating.
Just after the holidays would be great. That way nobody's stressed out on it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
During the holidays, there were enough problems, enough stresses.
Yeah, planning was never done that far ahead, but
Yeah.
planning in late May and June is too late. Trust me,
Yeah.
yes.
Just a thought, should we get that request in before New Year's resolutions are done?
Yeah, I think it's a matter of making them aware, and I don't know, that, if we've got at least a committee, everyone can say, it's not gonna be long meetings, just each group can say, yeah, we'd like to participate and do this. Each group isn't running the whole thing, it's July 1st is a community event, so the more groups from the community we can get into it, the better. So, okay, ready for a vote? Yes. Do we have to amend this and say we'll advertise it in January after the
Discussion,
holidays?
Just state that for staff to re-advertise.
Okay, yeah. So then that will be further on, staff can re-advertise then after the holidays. Yes, Councilor.
Sorry, can we put a date on it, like first in January, or can we say, so it's not just like, it's just kind of still up in the air. It's gonna be posted to when, in January sometime, or February, whatever we decide. Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
That's the way I want to hear.
Yeah.
Some sort of commitment there.
Mhm. And at least give it a good month, because a lot of the groups don't have formal meetings, only once a month. So if you make it too short a time for them to put in,
Yeah, you need time.
you can miss.
Time flies.
Yeah, time flies, I know. Okay, ready for the vote? Okay, all in favor? Carried? Oh, right. You told me to hurry. Okay, sorry. 8.6, request, it starts there and continues, yeah. Request for support, Township of Edwardsburg, Cardinal, Ontario Community Infrastructure Fund, which is, OC funds are funds that all towns rely heavily on. I know we wouldn't be able to do an awful lot of things fixing up if we didn't have it. Draft motion. Be it resolved that the town of Cobalt supports the town of Edwardsburg Cardinal resolution regarding Ontario Community Infrastructure Fund, OCIF, and their call upon the Government of Ontario to extend the annual OCIF envelope at not less than $400 million beyond its current 5-year term ending in 2026, with no reductions in subsequent provincial budgets. This is very important. And further, that this resolution be forwarded to the Honourable Doug Ford, Premier of Ontario, the Honourable Kinga Surma, Minister of Infrastructure, the Honourable Rob Flack, Minister of Municipal Affairs and Housing, the Honourable Francois Philippe Champagne, Minister of Finance, Association of Municipalities of Ontario, AMO, local MPs and MPPs, and Federation of Northern Ontario Municipalities, PNOM. Moved by? Seconded? Okay, Councillor Lafleur and Councillor Starchuk. And that's a different one, isn't it? Yeah, okay. So, any discussion on this? As I said, see, that does our sewers, water pipes, roads. No?
It does a number of.
And a whole number of things.
It does our water, sewer, like for our wetlands.
Wetlands too, yes, right. Just so that the public can be aware of how valuable those funds are. Okay, take a vote. Are we supporting them? Thank you, carried. Okay. Here's the one. Request for support, PNOM National Building Improvements to Highway 1117, 2+1 and 4-lane options. Draft motion. Whereas Canada's east-west trade and national mobility rely on the Trans-Canada Highway system, including Highways 17 and 11 across northern and eastern Ontario, which carry significant freight volumes but remain predominantly 2-lane corridors. And whereas 4-laning the entirety of Highway 17 is the ultimate goal of the communities along the corridor. And whereas the proven 2+1 highway design, alternating passing lanes with a continuous median barrier, delivers safety outcomes comparable to full twinning at substantially lower cost, land, and environmental impact, and can be scaled or converted to 4 lanes, 2+2 as volumes grow. And whereas the Government of Ontario has announced a 2+1 pilot between North Bay and Temagami, and a further extension towards Cochrane, creating a near-term implementation pathway. And whereas modern highways 17 and 11 will improve safety, reduce closures, strengthen supply chain reliability for mining, forestry, agriculture, tourism, and manufacturing, and enhance national resilience and emergency response capacity. And whereas a phased 2+1 build, prioritizing Highway 11, North Bay to Cochrane, then Cochrane to Nipigon, and key sections of Highway 17, western border of County of Renfrew to Sudbury, Sault Ste. Marie to Sudbury, Thunder Bay to Kenora, aligns with nation-building criteria, supports economic reconciliation with Indigenous partners, and enables integrated EV charging and low-carbon construction practices. And whereas analysis summarized by the Federation of Northern Ontario Municipalities, PNOM, demonstrates high freight demand on these routes and strong safety economic rationale for our 2+1 program. Be it resolved that Council for the Corporation of the Town of Cobalt formally endorses the adoption and phased implementation of a 2+1 highway program on Highways 17 and 11 as a nation-building project. And that the Government of Canada be urged to designate this initiative as a project of national interest under the Building Canada Act, and to partner with Ontario to co-fund and accelerate planning, design, procurement, and construction. And that the Government of Ontario be urged to expand the announced pilot to a corridor-wide program sequencing works as follows, subject to the readiness and safety benefit. And that the Government of Ontario prioritize these projects into the Ministry of Transportation's Major Projects Division. And that both governments ensure early, ongoing, and capacity-supported engagement with affected Indigenous nations with opportunities for Indigenous training, contracting, and equity participation. And that the program incorporate corridor-wide safety features, barrier-separated 2+1 cross-sections, controlled passing frequency, wildlife considerations, resilience measures, closure mitigation, climate adaptation, and clean growth elements, EV charging readiness, recycled aggregates, lower carbon materials. And that this resolution be sent to the Prime Minister of Canada, the Premier of Ontario, the Minister of Transport Canada, the Minister of Infrastructure Canada, the Ontario Minister of Transportation, local MPs and MPPs, Federation of Northern Ontario Municipalities, FNOM, Northwestern Ontario Municipal Association, NOMA, Association of Municipalities of Ontario, which is AMO, Federation of Canadian Municipalities, FCM, Rural Ontario Municipal Association, ROMA. Moved by second, Wilcox and Councillor Starczyk. Any discussion on it? Yeah, sure.
Just a couple of points to make. The first I just heard of this locally was through Temiskaming Shores, and they did a very strong push to get this passed, and it's delightful to see it's coming to some fruition. It's a great thing. Started, I think, basically in Sweden. They did the research and implemented all of the studies, and it saves lives, it reduces costs, it's a positive environmental factor. It's just something that is goodness for everybody. Stimulate economic activity. It does a wonderful bunch of things.
I agree. We should thank all those people up in Temiskaming Shores that have pushed and pushed, because as far as I've heard on the news, they're the reasons why this is getting pushed forward. Anyone else? Comment? Can we take a vote? All in favor? Carried? Okay. Number 9, items for council information, draft motion. Be it resolved that council accept the items for council information as presented. And moved by, seconded, Councillor Lafleur. Seconder?
Oh, sorry,
Okay, Councillor Starczyk. Okay, first is the Northeastern Public Board of Health minutes from October 23rd, 2025. DSAB report, Q3, third quarter 2025 report, and St. James Anglican Church, a request for financial support. Vote on accepting these. And would you like to speak?
Yes, on the St. James Anglican Church for the request, just want to state to council and refresh everyone's memory is we do have any nonprofit organizations that want to apply for funds. We did pass a bylaw, I believe it was last year. On it, there is an application and a due date for this. So maybe reach out to the St. James Anglican Church and to fill out this application.
And anything on the other two? Discussion? The only comment I'd like to make was when I was reading the Temiskaming Municipal Services Association update there, and looked at that, and I know we're all part of it in 23 26 communities up in the area, all together working on things for the area's benefit and to make them cheaper. But read this, that they've got to replace their car after 5 years. Excuse me. They must drive a lot. Sorry. Okay. All in favor on accepting these? Okay, carried. So, bylaws and agreements. 10.1, bylaw 2025-38, respecting construction, demolition, and change of use permits and inspections. That's from staff report 2025-1209 and 2. Whereas council received staff report 2025-12.09.02. Now therefore be it resolved that bylaw 2025-38, respecting construction, demolition, and change of use permits and inspections, be taken as read a first, second, and third time, and finally passed this 9th day of December 2025. And further, that the said bylaw be signed and sealed by the mayor and clerk. So moved and seconded. Councillor Lafleur. Councillor Startruck. And discussion on this. Are you speaking on this?
This is what I was mentioning about earlier, plus as was mentioned earlier this year about dormant fees.
Mm-hmm.
And
Right.
those costs that will be coming forward for next year. If we look at the dormant fee permits, year 3 would be $100 fee, year 4 would be $100 fee, year 5 a $200 fee, and year 6 and beyond would be a $500 fee. This was discussed earlier this year.
All in favor of those fees? Carried. Okay, 10.2, bylaw 2025-39, amendment number 8 to user fee bylaw 2023-33. It's from staff report 2025-12.09.03. Whereas council received staff report 2025-12.09.03 with proposed user fees for Schedule G, Animal Control Services of user fee bylaw 2023 to 2033. Let's therefore be it resolved that bylaw 2025-40 to adopt amendment number 8 to user fee bylaw 2023-33 be taken as read a first, second, and third time and finally pass this 9th day of December 2025. And further, that said bylaw be signed and sealed by the mayor and clerk. Can you mover and seconder, please? Okay, Councillor Wilcox, Councillor Lafleur. Discussion? I think we've discussed those changes before. All in favor? Okay, carried. 11. There's no unfinished business on there. That's good. And that's new business. 12.1, the schedule of accounts. Draft motion, be it resolved that council receives the following schedules as presented. Schedule number 2025-22 in the amount of $242,179.66. Schedule number 2025-23 in the amount of $27,344.20. Mover and a seconder. Councillor Lafleur, Starchuk. Any discussion on it? Anything you see on those? Soda line? Okay, have your vote. All in favor? Carried. Then, mayor's report. Or we call that deputy mayor's report right now. First of all, the tree lighting ceremony we had last Saturday went really well. We had a great time. Town crew did a beautiful job of setting up those lights, and one of our town crew was there to help us. Firemen brought Santa Claus. the kids came. There was a number of kids there by 6, and by 6:10 it was crowded. And we gave the kids the little votive lights, and they were putting them on the manger, and then anywhere else they thought they'd like to see them in the park. And the firemen brought Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus along, and they all got to visit with them and get some gifts. Went across the street to the store, Pinky's, sorry, and he had the hot chocolate out there, and he was making hot chocolate as the kids were coming up. And I think it was Mayor Angela donated the cookies over there. So kids were all around. They had a great time. I'm just estimating, I didn't take account, I'm estimating 50 kids, which probably about 100 adults as well. So it was really good. And the weather was so cooperative. That snowstorm in the afternoon stopped. That cold wind stopped, so there was no wind, no snow coming down. And kids made sure the snow was all messed up and packed up in the park. So it was a good time. And then another thing, watch for HGTV has got a contest on called Hometown Takeover. And we have several of the historical groups in Cobalt put together the application for it. If you go on YouTube, you should be able to find the video they did of the town, which was really great. And but on December 12th, or it's December 20th, that's I believe a Saturday. The group is going to have a rally in Cobalt, and from what I learned today, the organizers will be down at the library at 10:30 in the morning, making up posters and signs and anything else. So I'm sure others can go down and help. And then about 4 o'clock, the librarian thought, they will be coming back to the theater, and that's where I guess that's where the rally might be. That's as much as we found out today. So. But for any of you that can come out that day and rally around and show real support for this chance for Cobalt, it would be great. And a good chance to visit with your neighbors as well. So before we conclude the main part of our meeting, we're going into closed meeting next. I'd just like to say to everyone that's here tonight and to all of our townspeople, a very, very Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year. Be safe, enjoy yourselves, have a good rest, and eat lots of turkey. And closed meeting we'll go into. As usual, once we go into the closed meeting, then the cameras and everything will be shut off, and we will not be coming back to we have to come back to an open meeting to close out formally our meeting, but we do not go back on camera again. So, for the closed meeting, draft motion, be it resolved that council convene in closed session as per section 239 of the Municipal Act 2001 as amended in order to address a matter pertaining to subsection 2A, security of the property of the municipality or local board. 2B, personnel matter about an identifiable individual, including municipal or local board employees. And 2.1, a trade secret or scientific, technical, commercial, financial, or labor relations information supplied in confidence to the municipality or the local board. So may I have mover and seconder? Councillor Ward, Councillor Starchuk, and all in favor? Carried.